This conference will now be recorded.
So in the previous session, we have discussed about where class and we have discussed how to use where class in order to add the required conditions to be used to filter the records and how can we pass a values to the condition dynamically at runtime. We have discussed in the previous session and we have discussed the in operator which is used to compare a field value with a collection of elements. In order to compare a field value with a group of elements, we are using the help of in operator. And how to use this in operator, we have discussed in the previous session with the practical use case. Now, today we'll see like operator. So we have to understand what exactly like operator, what is the use, how to use this like operator to form a condition to fetch the required matching records from the Salesforce objects. Now, let's see. Come to a small scenario. For example, I would like to write an SOQL query to fetch the account records from the object whose name is some Ramesh Kumar. Okay, I want to write an SOQL query to fetch the account record from the object whose name is Ramesh Kumar. Then what we will do? We are writing that required fields. Select the ID field, name, rating, industry, annual revenue, phone, and the facts from account where name equals to Ramesh Kumar. So we are preparing an SOQL query by adding the required condition with the help of where class, where I would like to fetch only those account records whose name is equals to Ramesh Kumar. Because I know the complete name of the customer so that I am preparing the condition with the help of equality operator. So whatever the name that we have for the customer, the complete name I know. Because here we are indicating this, his name is Ramesh Kumar. So that here please get only those account records whose name is equals to Ramesh Kumar. So that I'm using equality operator. That means exact matching. But in some cases, I don't know the complete name. I know some little bit characters. I know his name is starting with RA. Is it Ram, Ramesh, Ravi, Raghu, Rakesh? I don't know. But I know some little bit characters, only some specific characters here. Either one character or two characters or multiple characters. I know that. In that case, how can we fetch the data? I don't know the complete name of the customer. I know some little bit characters. I know some starting two characters. I know last two characters also, middle two characters also. In that case, how can we fetch the data from the object? Hmm. RA percentage. Simply we are using RA percentage here. The percentage indicates what? Hmm. Multiple characters, okay. In that case, can we use this equality here? No, we can't use equality because whenever we are searching for the data, we don't know the complete name of the customer. We know some little bit characters of that content. It may be starting characters also, middle characters also, ending characters also, whatever it might be. If you know some little bit characters, then based on those little bit characters also, we can search for the content by using the help of a keyword called as like operator. So like operator is used to fetch the similar kind of data. That means not exact data, similar kind of data we can fetch from the object, and from that similar kind of data we can find identify which record you want exactly. So in that case, like for example, I would like to search for the content some Apex programming. Just I'm entering some characters Apex. I'm going to the Google. Whenever I'm typing some characters Apex, once you click on search button, it will be searching for these characters, that means content in all the websites available in the internet. So wherever this keyword has been found, that particular website name it will collect, it will be listing out those links to you. It won't return only one website name where exactly this keyword has been used. It returns multiple websites in which this keyword has been used. Then we can open some 2 to 3 websites and then we can search for the required content, whatever you want. So now, like the similar way here also, I don't know the complete name of the customer. I would like to know only some little bit characters. It may be starting characters also, ending characters also, middle characters also. I know. In that case, based on some specific characters, we can fetch the similar kind of information from the object by using like operator. So in this case, like operator is used to fetch the similar kind of data from the Salesforce object based on the specified expression. Based on the specified expression, we need to fetch the similar kind of content from that object. In that case, okay, in that case, whenever we are using this like operator should be always used along with the where class. Like operator should be always used along with the where class. Now, inside the where class only, we can use like operator. In the remaining classes, it won't support. Next. So now here in this case, whenever we are using this like operator, instead of using this equality, I would like to use like. Here we have to specify the expression. Based on what expression you would like to fetch the similar kind of matching data from the object. So now while preparing this expression, always the expression should be prepared with the help of wildcard characters. The expression should be prepared always with the help of wildcard characters. As part of SOQL query, we have two wildcard characters are available. First one, percentage, second one, underscore. Percentage and underscore. These are the two wildcard characters will be supporting by SOQL query. Then what is this percentage wildcard character supports? What is this underscore supports? Okay, we'll see one by one. Okay, now make a note of this one. By using like operator, we can fetch the similar kind of data from the object based on the specified expression. Based on the specified expression. Like operator should be like operator should be always used along with the where class. Now, while preparing the expression, we have to use the help of wildcard characters. SOQL supports the below two wildcard characters. First one, percentage. Second one, underscore. Now the syntax. We can specify the SOQL query where field name like expression. Done with this? Now. So now let's see what exactly each and every wildcard character represents. First one, percentage. Basically, percentage represents zero or more characters. It represents zero or more characters. Zero characters or more number of characters also. Like for example, I'm indicating RA percentage. Whenever we are using this expression RA percentage, it will fetch only those words or only those names whose name is starting with RA. After this RA, it may be having n number of characters also. Or else the name of the person itself RA, that's it. It may be after this RA, zero characters also, or one character also, two also, three also, 10 also, whatever, n number of characters also, it will be fetching those data. So whatever the names are available, okay, which will be starting with RA, those records will be getting returned. Okay. Now it represents all the words starting with RA. Like for example, RA and then Ram, Ravi, Rakesh, Ram Kumar, Raghu, like that. So whatever the words are available or whatever the names are available which are starting with RA, those records will be getting returned. Sometimes I know the last name of the person over here. Okay, last name that is Kumar. So now I'm sure about that his name is ending with Kumar. Starting, I don't know. Is it Ram Kumar, Pavan Kumar? I don't know that. But his name is ending with Kumar. I'm sure about that here, up to that part. In that case, we can specify starting characters, I don't know, but the ending will be Kumar. So that we are indicating percentage Kumar. It represents all the words ending with Kumar. Like for example, his name itself Kumar or Ram Kumar, Pavan Kumar, Suresh Kumar, Kamal Kumar, etc. In some cases, I know some middle characters. I don't know starting, I don't know ending. I know some characters. Where is that characters? It may be starting, it may be ending, it may be middle, I don't know. But I'm sure about that. His name contains some AM. His name contains AM, two characters. Where it is available, it may be starting or ending or middle, I don't know. But I'm sure about that. His name contains AM here. Okay, now in that case, what we can do, we can specify percentage AM percentage. Okay, wherever it might be finding these two characters, it will fetch those records automatically. In that case, whenever I'm using percentage AM percentage, that means it will fetch all the words which contains the keyword AM. It may be at the starting also, middle also, ending also, wherever it is available, it will fetch the records automatically. Okay, now next percentage AM percentage. It represents all the words contains AM, like Ram, Ramesh, Paramesh, Aman, Amar, like that. It may be at the starting also, ending also, or it may be middle also. Wherever it may be finding these characters, it will fetch this. This is the functionality of percentage, okay, wildcard character. Second one, underscore. Underscore represents what? Single character, only one character. So now if you know, okay, there are multiple characters are available, then go with that percentage. To represent only one character, we are using underscore. So underscore represents only one character inside the expression. For example, I want to search for the names of the HR people whose names the second character is some U. Okay, whose names the second character is U. First character is there, but I don't know the first character. I haven't looked into the first character. Second character, I'm sure about that. It's you. So whatever the words are available, whose the second character is you, I want to collect those words. Okay. So in that case, how can we represent? First character is available. I don't know. That's what I'm indicating underscore. second character u, and then after that it will be having some more characters also. That's what I'm indicating. Underscore u percentage. Now it represents all the votes whose second character is u. Like for example, Suresh, Kamakumar, Sukesh, etc. So whatever the names are available, whose names the second character is equals to some u, it will fetch all those records. So this is how we can use like operator in order to prepare our own expression by using wildcard characters, percentage and underscore. We can mix both also within a single expression based on the requirement. We can mix these two as well. Done with this? Now, let's write some query part over here. Only I want the query part. I don't want the complete program, just query part is enough. Let me go to my Salesforce org. I'm going to the execute anonymous window. Now, let's prepare that query here. Write an SOQL query to fetch all, all the account records whose name is starting with SH. Whose name is starting with SH. Then how many records it will return? Only one or multiple? Multiple also. So that we are using list collection. List of account. Select ID of the account, name, rating, industry, annual revenue, and the active status from account where name like SH percentage. Whatever the names are available which are starting with SH, I would like to fetch those records. Second one, write an SOQL query to fetch all the opportunity records whose name is ending with record. Whose name is ending with record. So list of opportunity. LST of T equals to select the idea of the opportunity, name, amount, close date, stage name from opportunity object where name like percentage record. Third one, write an SOQL query to fetch all the hiring managers or all the position records which contains the word Java. Whatever the positions are available which contains this word Java, I would like to fetch. Like we are having Java developer, senior Java developer, technical architect for Java, like that. Now this keyword may be available at the starting or middle or ending, I don't know. Wherever this keyword has been found, I would like to fetch those jobs information. So list of position underscore underscore C lst positions equals to select the ID of the position, name of the position, location name, position status, milestone date, maximum budget from position where name like percentage Java percentage. Done with this? Next. Write an SOQL query to fetch all the hiring manager records whose name's third character is R. In that case, list of hiring manager lst HR records equals to select the ID of the HR person, name, designation, contact number, email address, and the location name from hiring manager where name like underscore underscore or percentage. Right. Now, if you have two characters are available at the starting, then we can specify two underscores. Done with this? Yes. Hmm. Tell me. Third character is R. Here we have given two underscores. Clear up to this one? Next. Now let's come to the dynamic SOQL query. Already you know this concept. Already we have discussed. In our starting classes of SOQL queries, I told you what exactly is static SOQL, dynamic SOQL. So what do you mean by dynamic SOQL query? How to prepare, how to execute them? Hmm. Okay. Now, as of now, what we are doing, we are enclosing the SOQL query inside that square braces because it's a static. So, whenever we are enclosing the SOQL query inside this square braces, upon preparing the query, we have to specify the required fields and the conditions. And then whenever I'm enclosing the query by using square braces, that will be fixed. So at runtime, we can't include any more columns to the query. We can't include any more conditions to the query. That query will be fixed. But in some cases, I would like to add some conditions to the query dynamically at runtime. I want to add the columns to the query dynamically at runtime. In that case, if you want to include some fields, if you want to include some conditions to the query dynamically at runtime, then we are using the help of a feature called as dynamic SOQL query. So, dynamic SOQL query will allow us to prepare the query dynamically at runtime. Okay, at the time of runtime of the application. At runtime of the application, we can prepare the query by keep on concatenating with the help of string variables. Because if you want to add something, if you want to include something inside the query, it may be field also, it may be condition also, that should be in the form of a string variable. Because we can keep on concatenate some new things to the string variable. For that reason, dynamic SOQL query should be always stored in the form of a string variable. Once a query has been stored inside a string variable, then we can able to execute that query manually. Because static SOQL queries are executing automatically by itself, but dynamic SOQL queries are stored in the form of string variables. Strings are nothing but constants, which can't be executable by their own. So for that reason, we need to invoke that dynamic SOQL query manually by using database.query method. Database.query method will be executing the SOQL query. It returns the result in the form of list collection. Let's see. When you go to that SOQL queries we have discussed. As part of this dynamic SOQL query, we can able to store this SOQL query in the form of a string variable. Once a query has been stored inside the string variable, then we can execute the query by using database.query method, which always returns the result in the form of list collection. From there, remaining story will be same. How to display these records? Okay, it's your choice. Okay, by using the for loop we can iterate the collection, we can get each record, we can represent on the debug log file here. The rest of the story will be same. Okay, clear now? So now let's take a small use case now. Now my requirement is I would like to prepare a method. I would like to prepare a method. This method will receive one input value. Okay, I want to prepare a method in order to search the lead record. Search leads. This method will receive a string type of parameter. I'm preparing a method with the name search leads. This method will be receiving one string type of parameter as input. Now, based on this string value, I would like to fetch the corresponding matching lead records from the object. So in that case, on what field basis you would like to apply the condition? Now let's see. For example, I'm passing this value, like for example, I'm passing the value some RA. Now tell me, is it a normal string or is it an email ID? This one. Is it an email ID? Is it a normal string? Normal string. It's not email ID because email ID is having a specific format. Now, whatever the input that we have entered to my parameter, then my procedure has to check whether it is in the form of a normal string, whether it is in the form of an email ID. It has to check whatever the input value we have entered, whether that input value is in the form of a normal string or email ID. To check it out, I would like to use the help of regular expressions. I want to use regular expressions so that here in Google we are having so many regular expressions are available for email ID validation. So in order to use that regular expressions, I would like to use pattern matching algorithm in Salesforce. So in Salesforce, we have a class called as a pattern class. We have a class called as pattern class. By using this pattern class, we can implement the pattern matching algorithm. Whatever the input value that we have supplied, whether this input value is in the form of a normal string or in the form of an email ID, I would like to find out first. Based on that, if that input value is a normal string, for example, I have given only two characters over here RA, then I want to fetch all those lead records based on last name field. Based on last name field, I would like to fetch those lead records whose name is starting with some RA. Whose name is starting with some RA, I would like to fetch those lead records based on last name field. Suppose I'm passing the input value like this. Now this is the input I'm passing over here. Now tell me this is what? Email ID here. Now it has to check. If it is email ID, then it has to fetch the lead records based on email field. Based on the email field, it has to use the exact matching, that corresponding matching lead record. That means I want to fetch the lead records. But upon fetching the lead data from the lead object, I want to apply the condition. Based on what field you want to apply the condition, either last name or email ID, that should be decided by the program itself. No hard coded here. It has to decide dynamically based on the input value which I have supplied. If I'm passing a normal string, it has to apply the condition based on last name field. If I'm passing an email ID, it has to apply the condition based on email field. So, based on what field you would like to apply the condition, that I would like to decide dynamically at runtime based on the input value which I have supplied. Okay. So I don't want to prepare the condition directly here. I want to include this condition dynamically at runtime, either based on last name or based on email ID. Any one of the condition I would like to add. Okay. Understood the concept now? Next. Now let's see how can we do that. Take a small use case. Write an Apex program to search for the lead records inside the object. To search for the lead record inside the object based on the specified input at runtime. If the input value is string, then fetch the data based on last name field. Fetch the similar kind of data. Second one, if the input value is an email ID, then fetch the exact lead records based on the email field. Excuse me. Done with the use case requirement. Now let's see. how to implement this functionality. So let's go with the practical use case now. I'm preparing a method. Public static void set lead records. I'm passing a parameter of type string now which is set text. So now first of all I would like to check whether this parameter is holding the value or not. So that I'm using if set text not equals to null and set text not equals to empty. So whatever the parameter value that we have supplied, if the parameter value is not null and not empty, that means it contains some value. Now I would like to check what are the value that we have supplied right now. Is it a normal string? Is it an email ID? I want to know. For that one, I would like to use the pattern matching algorithm. Now, in order to compare that here, we are using the help of a class called as pattern. Pattern. Inside this class, we have a method called as matches. Pattern dot matches. It's a static method. Pattern is a ready-made class given by Salesforce. Matches is a ready-made method which will be matching this particular input value with the specified regular expression okay, automatically. If both are exactly similar, it returns true or else it returns false. So now here I would like to specify what are the input string here that you have. That means I would like to specify such a string I would like to pass over here along with regular expression. Now let me copy the regular expression from the Google. Email ID regular expression in Apex. Not this one. This is the regular expression which contains all the formats. I would like to specify the single quote, specify the expression over here, comma our input string. That means such a text. So in this case here we have to specify whatever the input value that we have supplied, if the input value is available in this format or not, because this kind of okay, regular expressions will be generating through the tool. In the internet we have so many tools are available which is used to generate the format, that means regular expressions like your passport number validations, phone number validations, email id validations, bank account number validations, and the pan validations also, insurance policy validations also, credit card validations also, like that. Here to do that validations they are using this kind of regular expressions. Okay, so for email ID, this is the regular expression which I would like to use. Now, if pattern dot matches, so whatever the input string that have supplied, if this input string is matching with this particular expression, it returns true. That means if it is true, that means this is in the form of email ID format here because this is the email ID regular expression. So I would like to say system dot debug input string is an email address. Else I would like to specify system.debug input string is a normal word or normal string. First of all, let me check this one whether regular expression is working properly or not. Then we'll write the code. Let me invoke this method. Database helper dot fetch lead records. I'm passing a normal word here. Is it a string or email ID? String. Right. Click on execute. Select the debug only. Now it is indicating this is a normal string. For example, I'm passing welcome at the rate test.com. Welcome.123. Is it email ID or string? Email ID. Click on execute. It's what? Input string is a email address. So regular expression is working very fine. Now let's go ahead with writing the code here. Now in this case, whatever the input characters we have supplied, if the input characters is an email ID, I would like to prepare the condition based on email field. If it is a normal string, I would like to form the condition based on last name field. Now, so that here, let's see. I'm preparing the SOQL query. String leads query equals to select ID of the lead, first name, last name, email, phone, and the fax, company, comma status from lead. Just I'm writing only up to that from lead object here. What conditions you would like to apply, we have to decide it over here. We have to decide it over here. Suppose if the input string is in the form of email ID, what we have to do? We have to add the condition based on email field here. So that I would like to specify leads query. Leads query plus equals to. That means I'm concatenating here. Where email field value equals to such a text. That means what we are doing. So now for this particular leads query, I'm keep on commenting. That means appending something here, adding. So after this from okay lead, I'm adding that where email equals to such a text. Whatever the email ID we have entered, that email ID I'm going to passing over here by mapping this exact equality condition here. Or else, suppose if it is a normal string, then I would like to specify such a text plus equals to I'm adding percentage because we are passing few characters over here. So now suppose if I'm passing like a some RA, then we need to add percentage symbol here. For that one, I'm appending this such a text plus equals to percentage. I'm adding percentage symbol over here. Now we can form the condition. Leads query plus equals to where last name. Okay, where last name like I would like to specify such a text. Okay, where last name like such a text. Clear? Now, if it is an email ID, I'm using exact matching. If it is a normal characters, I'm using like operator here. Clear? Understand the concept here? Which condition we are adding to the query that will be decided by our input. We are not hard coding everything inside the query upon preparation. So now the query will be having the basic query here. What conditions you are going to add dynamically, we can decide. We can add that condition to the query by using this string variable. Once the whole query has been formed, Okay, once the whole query is prepared, then we can execute the query here by using database dot query method leads query, which returns the result in the form of list collection, list of lead. Now from the rest of the story will be same, no change at all. We can show how many records are available. System.debug number of records returned. We can specify lst leads dot size. I want to represent if lst leads is not empty. For each and every lead record from lst leads, I would like to show. Lead record is, I would like to show that. Okay. This is how we can able to prepare the query dynamically at runtime by adding the required columns and the conditions at runtime also. Just you can prepare a normal base query. Once the query has been formed, then we can able to add the conditions here. Please make sure that after writing this from object name, please make sure that there should be having one space because we are adding where class, right? If you are not using any space, then lead automatically it will be appending where automatically. So at that time it will show the error message to you. Okay, please make sure that spaces are exactly available or not. Clear? Now
Excuse me, sir.
let me execute this piece of code. Now I would like to pass some characters. Let me go to my lead object now. Inside this lead object here, I would like to pass an email ID. This is the email ID here. I'm passing email ID. Then based on what field it will apply the condition here? Email field. So it will fetch only those records which is having the email ID exactly with this matching. Click on execute. Now it is indicating input string is an email address. There are only one matching record is available. This is a matching record that we have. Okay, next. Suppose for example, here I'm passing like this, B. Is it a string or is it a normal email ID? String. Now click on execute. Whatever the lead records are available, whose last name is starting with B, it will fetch those lead records. Now it is indicating input string is a normal string. So now whatever the leads are available, there are 4 lead records are available whose last name is starting with the keyword B. Based on that specified character, we can able to collect that corresponding matching records. That's what here when you go to that Salesforce classic part. Whenever if you want to apply the searching mechanism, let me show you. I'm opening this all the account records available inside my object. Here we are fetching the data based on some starting characters over here. See, A to Z. Now, upon click on this A, it will fetch only those account records whose name is starting with the character A. Then how it is fetching? Because of like operator only here. Whatever the A to Z characters are available, based on that character which you have selected, it will pass a character to the method. Based on that character, it will be collecting the specific matching records from the object it will represent. That means the background implementation behind this search mechanism is purely like operator here. Now, the background implementation behind this list view filters are nothing but where class. It's purely where class. Okay. Now here we are having this. Once you click on this column header, it will be arranging the record. That means order by class internally over here. It will have order by class. It will arrange the records based on the annual revenue. That means here it will be ascending or it may be descending order over here. It depends upon the requirement. And here we are having this limit class is available, and then offset class also available over here. Okay, depends upon the requirement we have to use them. Okay, clear up to this one. Next. Understood the concept now? Next. One more, a last example over here. For example, I have contact object. In my contact object, how many contact records are available? I would like to get the count. How many contact records available in my contact object? I want to get the count. What will you do? How to achieve this? How to fetch the count of contact records available inside the object? Hmm. Size method. That means what we need to do? First of all, query all the contact records from the contact object, store them to a listed collection, collect the size of the collection, then it will be indicating how many number of contact records are available. But I don't want to get the contact records. Without getting the contact records, I want just count. Why? Because if I'm fetching the contact records, assume that there are some 40,000 records are available inside my contact object. Upon fetching the data, all the 40,000 records will store inside my query. That means collection. So to hold this 40,000 records collection will occupy some memory. So I don't want to waste the memory without using the collection, just I want that count of the records. For that one, as part of this SOQL queries, we can use a function called as a count function. When you go to the relationship topic, we have discussed about roll-up summary fields. There we have discussed what exactly roll-up summary field, how to configure, what roll-up types that Salesforce supports, we have discussed. Now, there we are using a count function. That same count function we can use here also. In this case, instead of fetching the data from the object, just we can get the count of those records as well. Then how to get those count? By using static SOQL, dynamic SOQL, both I will show you with practical. Okay. Now, let me prepare that method. Public static void get contacts count. Get contacts count. I need to prepare that query here. A static SOQL. Now I'm preparing this SOQL query. Select count function from contact. That's it. You no need to fetch any field name. Directly we can able to use the help of this count function. Now tell me this query will returns what? Integer, right? So now, because we are not fetching any records, if you are fetching a single record, it will return the record of that associated type. If you are fetching multiple records, it will return in the form of list collection. But now we are not fetching any record, just we are getting only the count. So now this count function will return an integer value. Integer records count. I would like to represent system.debug Contact records count is, I would like to show records count to indicate this is a static SOQL. Dynamic SOQL. How to fetch this one? Same query, no change. String contacts query equals to the same query I'm copying over here, nothing different. How to execute this one? How to invoke dynamic SOQL query? Database start query method. But in this case here, database start query method will be returning the result in the form of what? List collection. But I don't want list. I want to get only integers. So that we have to use a method database dot count query method. Database start count query. So whenever we are using some count function inside my your SOQL query, upon executing that query, we have to use count query method. Because in the entry point of view, this is a common question. What is the difference between database start query method, database start count query method? Database start query method is used to execute the query to fetch the data in the form of list collection. Database start count query method is used to fetch only the count of the records over here, which returns integer contacts count. Now we can able to represent system.debug. This is a dynamic SOQL query. Contact records count is, I would like to specify contacts count. Excuse me. Now we are representing these records. So I would like to fetch these records over here. How many records are available inside my object? I would like to count the records by using both the static and the dynamic SOQL also here. Okay. Without fetching the records, just we can get the count. Now, let me invoke this. I'm invoking the method get contacts count. Both the method, that means both the queries should return same results. Static SOQL query also 19 records will be returned, and the dynamic SOQL query also it is finding at 19 records are available here. Clear? This is how we can able to prepare SOQL queries and we can able to fetch the data from the object. Okay, next. And next one, once the records has been collected, on these records how to perform the DML operations, we'll see in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we'll see the concept of DML operations, how to perform the DML operations on the records. We'll see one by one. Then what DML statements are available? How many ways are available to perform the DML operations? What is normal DML statement? What is database class methods? What is the difference between these two? What governor limits are available? What best practices are available? Everything we'll see one by one. Okay. As of now, we know only insert. Then we don't know the remaining DML statements. Totally, we have 6 DML statements are available in Apex programming, like insert, update, delete, undelete, upsert, merge. Okay, merge statement. Total 6 DML statement. We'll see practically one by one from tomorrow onwards. Okay, don't miss that part over here. I will share this document into your Google Drive and WhatsApp group also, so that you can access this today's code. Okay. Now, thank you.